Today I am at Cahokia Mounds State Park just outside of St. Louis. I'm in Illinois. This is a large grouping of Mississippian age mounds from the Mississippian culture. This is Mound 55, also known as Murdoch Mound. It has been reconstructed as it had been excavated in 1941, it appears. It was about 30 feet tall. I'm looking at Monks Mound here. It is the largest remaining structure in the park. I will be going up there shortly. There's a set of stairs. It offered a commanding view of the surrounding area. I'm standing in front of the Grand Plaza, or where the Grand Plaza would have been. There are several trails here. You can just see a trail out through the grass going off in this direction. It branches out. There are some markers. There's a little trail marker right there with some lettering and arrows, but it doesn't say much about it. I don't know if it's an online thing, but there are certainly no brochures here. They do have an augmented reality tour you can download. It's $5. I have not done that at this point. I'm just walking around seeing what I can see. This was once the site of a thriving civilization. As many as 40,000 people may have lived here at one time. A little trail here. Trail marker is trail marker 6. The red arrow goes off that way. I am not going to wander through the woods today. I'm just going to continue down the main trail. This is oriented northwest southeast, which is different than most of the structures here at Cahokia. This corresponds with the winter solstice sunrise and the summer solstice sunset. It also covers 3 mounds. These are known as the twin mounds, and they are believed to be a mortuary complex, and that there may have been a flat-topped building on top of one of the mounds, this particular mound. You can see Monks Mound off to just the left here of this mound, and these stood at the south end of the Grand Plaza. This is the South Stockade. I'm not sure where the others are or what this purpose was. This really is a beautiful park. It's worth coming and walking around. The trail information is practically non-existent. There's some posts with numbers and arrows, but there are no trail maps outside. There are no trail maps, paper trail maps. The interpretive center is closed, I believe, through the end of 2024. They're apparently doing some renovations. That also means that there are no bathrooms here. So if you need to use them, do it before you get here. I am at the Monks Mound parking lot. There are some portable toilets here and more of the stockade, which I'll show you in a moment. So Monks Mound is here on the right, and this is part of the stockade. The stockade surrounded most of Cahokia. It is estimated to have run almost 2 miles in length and took between 15 and 20,000 logs to complete. The logs were buried 4 to 5 feet deep and stood 10 to 15 feet high. And there were guard towers, roughly every 85 feet. So this was definitely a defensive structure. The stockade enclosed a good portion of Cahokia, about 200 acres. The enemy that it was designed to defend against is unknown. This appears to be more of the palisade wall. This end looks like it's covered with a fiberglass covering the logs. It's a mesh underneath that, and it's in pretty poor repair. This appears like it might have been one of the guard houses, or what one of them might have looked like. It appears that this here is another guard area. You can see Monks Mound through the logs here. We'll be going up that momentarily. This mound derives its name from the fact that some Trappist monks settled near here in the 1830s. It is the largest earthen structure in the Americas. It is 100 feet high, covers 22 acres, and contains about 22 million cubic feet of soil. All of this was brought in by hand and piled here. This is the top of the mound, right at the top of the stairs. You can see the skyline of St. Louis, Missouri in the distance here. Coming closer, this corner used to have some ceremonial buildings in it. It was rebuilt, I believe, 8 times in the last 100 years or so of occupation here. A chapel was later built by white missionaries. See the twin mounds over there. The circle of poles just to the right of the road here is called Woodhenge. We will go down and take a look at that in a little bit. This is the stockade we were at just a few moments ago. And this is the highest point of Monks Mound. We are on the 3rd terrace looking up at the 4th terrace. This is where the leader of Cahokia would have lived, in all likelihood. There was a building here about 48 feet by 104 feet. It was later dismantled and the site covered with soil, which gives the elevation for the 4th terrace. This is Woodhenge. At least 5 different wooden circles were constructed on this location. To the east here you can see Monks Mound. The last circle here was 466 feet in diameter. It was comprised of a mere 13 posts. The circle was constructed so that the sun would appear to emerge from behind Monks Mound on the equinoxes. Prior to the construction of Woodhenge, this site was the area of several residences. This is an image of the location of posts from the 5 different Woodhenges. There were only 13 posts in the 5th Stonehenge. They all are outlined with the sunrise. If the circle had been complete, there would have been 72 posts based on the spacing. Cahokia Mounds. It's a really fascinating place. If you're in the St. Louis area, I highly recommend coming out here and just taking a look around. You could spend an hour or 2 out here. It's very nice. Thanks for joining me.